What's going on, everybody? So we checked out a DBPower projector like a month ago or so, and it kind of got me into the world of low-cost projectors, mainly because I like carrying around the Senpai everywhere I go and playing emulators. So I wanted to go and check out one of their less expensive models. This one is somewhere around the $70 range, but it goes up and down on Amazon. You guys can check for the different specials. This is the RD-810, and this one is 1200 lumens, so it is going to need even less light. Make sure that you're in a very dark room. I cannot stress that enough. Now on the back, this one has USB, HDMI, you've got your headphones and an AV port, infrared right there, and there's also VGA. Now, even though it's got VGA, this is not going to be made for presentations. You cannot use this in a bright room, and if you're going to be just using all that white light, it's going to get too hot. So this is only going to be for, multimedia, entertainment, and that sort of thing. Now, when you put a USB stick in the back, you can go through and browse your files, look at pictures and stuff, and then you can watch movies straight from here. So if you just want to take it somewhere with you, if you're going to like a party or something, you can throw the USB in the back, use the remote that comes with it, and play whatever media. Doesn't like MKV files, but a lot of the other files are okay. And also Dolby Digital, if you're going to be throwing Dolby Digital stuff on here, the audio is not going to show up. So make sure that whatever you're going to be putting on the memory card, if you're using another device, whatever it is, make sure that you have Dolby Digital turned off. Because, the speaker on this sounds okay. It's trying to fight with the sound of the fans to keep it nice and cool. But really, you'd want a set of speakers. If you're just using this, at a party or something for video games, playing the Senpai, playing some emulators, whatever, that's going to be fine. Right on time. But otherwise, you're going to want, your own sound. All right, let's talk about the rest of the specs here. Native resolution is 800 by 480, but it will accept a 1080p signal, so that's what we've done there with the Senpai to play our video games. The throw distance is 4.9 feet to about 13.12 feet, and the screen size can be 50 inches all the way up to 150. The sweet spot's somewhere around 100 to 120. Otherwise, it's a little difficult to focus, and I noticed that if you don't have it exactly perfect on your desk, the edges can be kind of soft. Also, when you're messing with the keystone a lot, the bottom and the top, sometimes the top will be in focus, whereas the bottom is a little out of focus. So in order to combat that, we put it up on a stand to make it as straight as possible, and that way the edges were still sharp. It's not quite as easy as some of the really expensive projectors when it comes to focusing. The contrast ratio is 1000 to 1, and it'll work with 16 by 10 stuff. It'll work with, that's out of the box, it'll work with your 16 by 9 content. It'll also work with 4 by 3 content. You can go in and change the aspect ratios. If you're watching a lot of movies, you may want to change it to 16 by 9 because 16 by 10 can tend to stretch a little bit. Now, as far as the dimensions go, it's sort of a medium-sized one. It's not as small as some of the really inexpensive ones out there, but you get a little bit of better quality out of this. It's 5.8 by 2.8 by 7.3 going across, and it weighs 2.18 pounds. Now, let's get down and really talk about the image quality on this. You have to have a dark room. We've got a lot of light bleeding here. So in order to compensate, we had to crank up the brightness and the contrast, and it made the stuff look washed out and just kind of hard to see. So without a dark room, this is going to be a no-go. But if you have a nice dark room, it'll be okay. But remember, if it's not perfect, you're going to have some blurry areas. And overall, it's not a 1080p projector, guys. It's not going to be crystal clear. You're getting what you're paying for, and a little bit more. You know what I mean? It bats slightly above its level or punches above its weight. I don't know what they say. It's worth maybe $100, I'd say. I'd pay $100 for it. So $70 is not that bad. But just remember, you're not going to get the brightest, cleanest picture in the history of the world. So go in with the right expectations, and I think that's what a lot of people have done here on Amazon. If you guys look at Amazon, the reviews on this thing, you've got like 866 4.5 star average. So people, I think, have an understanding of what they're getting into, and that's the main thing I was worried about with a lot of people is like they get it, they try to use it in a bright room, and it doesn't work, and they get angry. So as long as you use it correctly and use it wisely, it's pretty good. But in a room like this is a little bit hard to see. That's pretty much it. Guys, this is the DBPower RD-810. Use it for your emulators. And if you guys want to step up and get one that's a little bit brighter, check out our other video. That'll be in the description. So there's that. Also, guys, head over to the new store. One of these just sold like 10 seconds ago. Somebody in Australia. Shipping prices are lower especially if you guys are international. But yeah, we've done a lot there. So see you guys on Epic Pants. See you guys on the forum, and let us know what you think of this. See you guys later.